In this video, we're going to construct a sampling distribution for a proportion p hat. And the proportion that we're going to be looking at is the proportion of senior citizens that eats healthy. And so 10 students went out and questioned 20 senior citizens. So they each questioned 20 different senior citizens and recorded either yes or no for each one. And we are given the results in this table here. So this is the proportion that said yes for each student. So real quick, as an example, this 0.3 for Alice right here, what this means is that 30% of the 20 senior citizens that Alice questioned ate healthy, while 70% did not. Since each of these proportions in this first table is a proportion from a sample, they are all values for p hat. And so what we can do is we can construct a probability distribution for p hat. And when you do this based on the results from multiple samples, it gets called a sampling distribution for p hat, or simply just a p hat distribution. To construct this sampling distribution, what we're going to do is we're going to take the proportions that each student found, and we're going to list them in a separate table without any repeats. And then we can use the results from the 10 students to find the probability that 20% of 20 senior citizens is going to eat healthy. So to find each one of these probabilities, we're going to use the table that we were given, and we're going to use the relative frequency rule for probability. So for instance, for this first 1.2, I'm going to go through and count how many of my 10 students got 0.2 as their proportion. And so since it's 2, we have that the probability here is 2 out of 10, or also 0.2. So here is the completed sampling distribution for p hat, or simply just the p hat distribution. One important thing to notice about this example is that each student questioned the same number of senior citizens. And so it's very important that when you collect multiple samples and summarize the results from multiple samples, that each one of those samples has the same number of individuals in the sample, or the same value of n.